Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm Josh Uminski, and I'm here with Chuck Holden. Today, we're not going to hold anything back.
That's right. No holding back.
So, how's your day going?
Oh man, it's going well. I can't complain. Getting to the end of the year, and a lot of business is going on, and people are winning out there, which is awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. So, we're in the NFM offices.
Yep.
So, you just came over to NFM, right?
I did. So I just actually came over. I guess it was mid-July. NFM's been kicking everybody's butt here, Central Ohio, for the last 4 or 5 years. So honestly, I just really want to come over and kind of see, what it's all about and, why and how.
Okay. How are you liking it so far?
Honestly, it's been fantastic. The operations team has been helping me to get my deals closed, in a timely manner. Clients are getting back, getting checks at closing, which is pretty cool. I have a client coming to closing on Friday and getting a check back, which, it's awesome. So a lot of winning going on from the sales side to the operations side. It's awesome, man.
So, buying a house and getting money to buy the house.
Correct. Yeah. So essentially, my clients, they utilize the down payment assistance program that we have. And then my awesome real estate partner negotiated for the seller to pay for their closing costs, which actually ended up resulting in my clients getting a check back for $140.89, which is, fantastic. So, they are literally getting a check back at the closing table as they're buying a home.
Nice. Are you seeing a lot of deals come through where buyers are getting closing costs paid for them?
I am. So that's one of the things, when the rates aren't, fantastic, is that, a lot of people are sitting on the fence. And while people are sitting on the fence, the people that aren't are out there winning. We've had not only seller paid closing costs, but, it's pretty frequent and pretty common in this market that I'm actually seeing appraisals coming in over appraised value, which is unheard of. Typically, we're just praying that just comes back and supports contract value. So, awesome.
So are you starting to see more of a trend where we go back to the traditional type market versus the craziness from COVID where it was just rapid?
Everything goes. Yeah, absolutely. So, that's the thing is that, in the COVID time that you were talking about, people were honestly paying more for the house than it was worth. There was terms like appraisal gap and things like that. They were flying around. People that came into the business at that time, real estate agents and mortgage advisors, alike, they're not used to the negotiations. They're not used to the seller paid closing costs and things of that nature. So, it's really been awesome to see that come back again to where people will have the power to negotiate. It's not like take it or leave it, which is kind of what COVID was.
I think that's the fun part of the business is all that part of it, the negotiating and the strategies and everything like that.
Yeah.
So.
And I'll be honest with you, that's one thing that, as a mortgage guy, I only see winning contracts. And I'm always surprised at some of the terminologies and the lingos, the things that, real estate agents are doing to separate their clients. So I think it's awesome.
Yeah. I just wrote an offer. We're 20,000 under where they're at, but it's because we're trying to end up at a certain price point.
Yep.
But it was cool to actually strategize that with the buyers and everything.
Yep, for sure. And I mean, even just simple stuff like, extended possession. We had a client who was not the highest, but they ended up winning because they didn't need immediate possession right at closing. They gave them I think it was like 30, 45 days.
Okay.
Which is nice. So, yeah. Highest and best isn't always the winner.
Right.
So
how long have you been doing this lending?
I have been doing it since January of 2016.
Okay.
So I actually came into the business as a business development guy, which essentially it was my job to go and meet real estate agents and, essentially introduce them to the mortgage loan officer that I worked with at the time.
Okay. So what made you want to get into the actual lending side versus that side?
Honestly, I really enjoy the relationship aspect of the business development, going out and meeting the agents and things like that. But the biggest thing was that I wanted to be hands-on with the clients. When I was in the business development realm, I wasn't getting to deal with the clients in any capacity. It was really just making that introduction from the real estate agent to the loan officer that team that I worked on. So I like that engagement with the clients.
Yeah, which I can see that you're a very people person, man of the people.
Oh yeah, I love it. Like I said, a big passion just helping people. Honestly, I love people and I love helping. So it was a good fit.
Cool. And what were you doing before that? Before 2016?
Yeah. So before that, I actually come from a construction family. So I always tell everyone I've been in the real estate industry for a long time, even though I've only been in mortgage since 16. Prior to that, I did a new home building. So I was an exterior trim carpenter for my family's business. So my dad owned that, Central Ohio, for probably 25 plus years. And then I crossed over at 35 was when I got in a mortgage. So yeah, up until then, I was a construction guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you had mentioned family business. So you have a family, right?
Yep.
So wife, kids.
I do. Yeah. So funny story. My oldest son was born in 2000, and then my daughter, which is my youngest, was born in 2018. So I have an 18-year age gap. I have 2 in between. So I have three sons and a daughter. So yeah, I'm very blessed on the child front.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So and your wife does what too?
So my wife actually, she's been a school teacher, since she got out of college. She has been dabbling in real estate a little bit, but I think her calling, as time goes on, I feel is calling her back to the classroom. So only time will tell. But yeah, my wife loves teaching. That is her passion. I believe.
Yeah, but it sounds like you have an extensive background, so not just the construction side, but now the lending side.
Yep.
And I'm sure you guys at home talk a little bit about what she goes through as far as the agent side and negotiating from that side too. So you have a well-rounded background.
For sure, yeah. And I mean, like I was saying earlier, I only see winning contracts. So to my realtor partners, that is kind of a perk, because like even like with her, like sometimes she has questions and things like that. And obviously she's got people in her brokerage that she can lean on. But yeah, a lot of times people do come to the mortgage guys for more than just pre-approval. Sometimes a little word of advice occasionally. Yeah, so. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
So if we were to wrap up and we get done with the contract and get to the closing table, and I'm putting you on the spot here, I know that.
That's all right.
So what's the one thing you want those clients to remember about the experience they had with you?
Yeah. So I'm glad you asked. Honestly, the biggest thing is, because, the experience is the differentiator. The biggest thing is that I want them to feel like that they were working with a friend or family. That's always my goal, is that I want people to get to them like, man, this didn't feel like a finance transaction. Like I felt like you were my friend, like a friend of mine or a buddy of mine. And that's honestly the relationship that I do try to build, because the process isn't always super smooth. So when you build that relationship with your clients up front before they're in contract, if things get a little turbulent, it's a lot easier for them to lean on me and not get so fired up. So I think that is the biggest thing, is that I want them to have an experience that, when they're talking with friends and family, that they can't help but say, call Chuck.
Yeah.
I know.
So that was going to be my next segment real quick to wrap it up. So you have a saying with that, right?
Yeah, that's right. So a couple years ago, and actually I know you did the last realtor standing as well, correct?
Yeah.
So I did the last affiliate standing. And then I actually was a sponsor one year. And one of the videos that I did and the commercial that I did, I was pretty much just rhyming things with Chuck. So, for example, it's like, hey, does your lender suck? Call Chuck. Are you getting extensions and feel like you're running out of luck? Call Chuck. So, yeah, I think you get the point. But essentially, it's just have a little bit of fun, with my name. But, honestly, I want to provide that experience. And, yeah, honestly, if you need a lender, call Chuck.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. Like you said, call Chuck.
And Josh.